Welcome. What a week. The Black Panther was let loose. We all got fistoed. And does Hot Toys really give a crap about your complaints? All this in the best goddamn panel on the planet articulating their points. This is Points of Articulation. Here is my intro. Here is my outro. No. Anyway, thank you for being here at Points of Articulation. Today we have a great panel. S Beam is in the house. 1/6 Syndicate is here, and special guest Helen 6-Scale Shiro is joining us all the way from Australia. It's really early there. It's 8:30 in the morning. And she's joining the stream. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I feel like this is one of those long-time listener, first-time caller moments. Very cool.
Well, let's get to the first word. So, this week, we got one of those rare announcements of a figure from the Coming Soon graveyard being put on pre-order. This happened over a year ago with Padme Amidala. What are the chances of us seeing more Coming Soon graveyard figures being announced? And who do you think might be next? S-Beam.
What do you think might be next? There's such a vast possibility of what could be next. Hopefully we get those droids that were teased. I think it was an R5 with a mouse droid, and then what else? The one that I was really hoping for was the detention center diorama with that guard. That one would be really cool too.
With the like the Death Star
the Death Star guard. Yeah.
Gunner guy thing. Yeah, that's a good one. Interesting. Before we move on, interesting. I looked at the Coming Soon graveyard, and it's a lot smaller, and it's got a weird assortment. It doesn't have any of the like the 1-to-1 scale Yoda Grogu. It doesn't have the Babu Freak on there. It doesn't have some of the ones that were recently announced and on the Coming Soon. Like Mantis isn't even on there. So do you guys think that any of those might still actually be in the Coming Soon graveyard? S-Beam, what do you think?
It'd be nice if the Mantis would come out, because that would finally, well, not finally, but they still need a Drax to finish that line. So hopefully they do something else. There's a lot of people clamoring for Drax, and the only one that was come out was the freaking Guardians 1 Drax. So
I don't Drax, that's you would think they have pretty much the rest of the line. Why do we not have Drax? Helen, what do you think? Do you think we're going to see more this year? And what might be the next figure?
Look, I have to be honest, I don't pay attention to Sideshow, but I'm aware of figures that have been teased and not announced, and I can 100% guarantee that it won't be Kree, Captain Marvel, and Yon-Rogg. They are never getting made. I think at the moment it's game on for anything Star Wars that's been teased, if I'm completely honest. That seems to be the well they're going to. They're releasing a lot of characters that I guess are helping complete lines, and I discovered some that didn't even have dialogue in a movie, so what a treat. So yeah, I think Star Wars they're going to go pretty deep in. For me, I would love to see them actually release the 89 Batman computer diorama piece. They did the Batmobile, they did the reissue of the 89 with that beautiful diorama base. I kind of thought we were going to go there, but then Howie didn't. So I think I'd love to put something Batman forward, and I think if it's not that, maybe with time we'll get the Pattinson Batmobile, maybe for the second movie.
You think that the even though Jazz Inc. made one already, you think that they might come out with their own?
I think so, because I mean, I know I have a different perspective to collecting being in Australia. The cost of the Jazz Inc. vehicles for me, it's like, I'll give you the 89 Batmobile as an example. It's 3 times the cost for me to get a Jazz Inc. one compared to that Hot Toys one. So I've got the Hot Toys one.
Yeah.
So I don't know that Jazz Inc. is that well known to the broader collecting public, that's going to have the numbers like a Hot Toys vehicle will. Like, you listen to some of the numbers that Yost just said, and I don't think Hot Toys would be producing vehicles where there's 400 pieces being done. So I think if there's enough momentum with that second movie, I absolutely think they would do one, because I think they would have more of the market. They can produce it at a much lower cost. And, you know, I've got a couple of their vehicles and I think the quality's been really good. I haven't had any issues with Tumblr's Batpod. They've all been really solid for me.
Well, yeah, all great valid points, cheaper price. And they are well made. It's just, you know, some people are sticklers, and we'll probably talk about that later. We will talk about that later, about, you know, voicing your criticisms with having some accuracy issues with their vehicles. But, you know, what do you think, 1/6 Syndicate? Henry, what do you think? Are we going to see any more come this year from the Coming Soon Graveyard? And what do you think that might be?
Yeah, I think chances are really high, just because there's a big downtime with movies right now. There's really nothing coming out. So the chances are really high we're going to see a bunch of figures that they're going to be coming in. They're going to dig deep in that Star Wars license for sure. And yeah, so there's a couple of figures that I saw on that list.
Wrong, yeah.
I'm not surprised if any one of those will come up. As far as Hot Toys, they do this a lot. They tease you a couple of things. We're talking about the Batmobile. They purposely teased it around the same time that Jazz Inc. showed theirs. So it's basically dangling it, saying, hey, yeah, we're gonna release it. So yeah, I think they're gonna be digging deep in anything right now, because there's really nothing coming out.
That one's never coming.
Yeah, all valid points. Well, these are the ones. So you know, I'm the one in the only one working the board here. So this was supposed to like play while I gave my intro. So we're gonna do better at that as we come along. But yeah, these are some of the ones that are on there right now, and like this one, no, why is it on there? Why? I would like to see this one. No,
poor Baze. Poor Baze.
Yeah, poor Baze. And this Mantis is on there. There's the Drax is not on there. It's none. Well,
yeah,
and this, and then Zemo's there. Wow. But all of the recent Ahsoka like announcements, the zombies, stormtroopers, they only had the Death Trooper zombie, but not the other one. So that's weird. So yeah, you guys, all valid points. But let's move to something I forgot to do, and this is for my people. Thank you to my channel members. Yes, I have channel members. Louis Labitz, Commander Green, 6 Scale Shiro, The Bro Collector, 1/6 Syndicate, and Gergamus. Their memberships help me get supplies to make more tutorials for you guys. This is what I use that for. And if you've been paying attention, I've come up with some really cool stuff. So yeah, I'm tooting my own horn, guys. I'm tooting my own horn.
As you should.
Let us. Well, thank you. Let's move on to the next topic. And just disclaimer: this was approved by Anthony at 6 Scale Mafia. So here you go. Yost from Jazz Inc. was recently interviewed by Anthony from 6 Scale Mafia. In the interview, Yost discussed more details about Jazz Inc.'s first licensed figure, Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman from Batman Returns. Did this interview increase your faith in Jazz Inc.? that Jazz Inc. will get this figure right. Helen, what do you think?
Goodness, I have so
And
many
are you
thoughts
getting
about
figure?
this.
Okay.
I am undecided at this point. I did watch this interview with a lot of interest, and I think the thing that I guess surprised me, because I describe myself as more an in-art Jazz Inc. observer. I haven't bought anything of theirs yet. Like they're talking about opening pre-orders soon, and it sounds like there's still a lot of to be confirmed details. What are the final sculpts going to be? What's the material on the suit? What will the body be like? And I mean, I'm not throwing shade. As an observer, I have seen that a lot of these vehicles have had QC issues. And my concern is doing a pre-order based on someone saying, trust me, mine will be the best. Like, with all due respect, you did one figure, what was it, maybe 5 years ago, that didn't have a proper head sculpt. I think the tailoring of that outfit was a lot simpler than this. Appreciate the wings would have had a lot of engineering to them. But for me, I'd want to see a prototype. And I'd want to have a bit more information, because the thing that's getting me is we're getting bits and bobs from different people that are contributing. But you've got to remember, like, to say, oh, Full Metal Customs is doing the claws. Yeah, they're doing the sample claws that are going to get mass manufactured. Like, what's the end product that we're going to get look like? And we're also seeing a lot of change in discussion about the price. Because before it was $250 to $300, now it's $300. Oh, but rooted hair would be more. So I just need more information. And I mean, I am on the fence. I'd need more details. But to me, just saying, trust me, I'm just not in that camp where I'm the true believer that will just follow Yost wherever he goes. Not yet.
Yeah, those very good points. Like, from what he said, he was talking about that his hand was forced. Great. Other Catwomen were introduced, but really you didn't have to announce it, because it's going to be a licensed figure. If you announce it, the other two companies aren't going to stop making the figure that they're going to make. Usually third parties don't really stop. So what do you think, 1/6 Syndicate? Do you have any more faith in Jazz Inc. and what they're going to bring to the table, or
I think
have you been muddied, or has it been made murkier for you?
It was a bit confusing because he didn't really have like a plan. It didn't sound like he had a plan as far as the pre-order.
Yeah.
Which I think is really gonna hurt it in a sense. I would think he should have a prototype before opening pre-orders for sure. I think that's the best way to get people to jump on board. And the other thing is, I think he was talking about Mars Toys, not the other company. I don't remember the name now. I think he was more worried about Mars Toys showing theirs and stuff like that. I think that was more of a competition than
I think you might
Eternal
be right.
Toys. I think it was Eternal
No.
Toys. So I think that's what he was talking about. But the thing I didn't like is that it sounded like the pre-order will be there, but we won't see a prototype. And I understand that he gets feedback from the community, which is great. He does that a lot. But I do agree that he does need to show a prototype first before opening pre-orders for sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, isn't that the business model? I mean, that would make sense. What do you think, S-Beam?
While I enjoy Yost's work and what he's done with all these vehicles and dioramas, this felt a lot more like an in-art interview. As you know, it felt very similar to an in-art interview where there were questions weren't really answered. They showed off a bunch of stuff, which was cool, and it raised my a little bit more than what it was. But at the same time, we don't know a price. We don't have a prototype. There's no visual prototype. This is his second figure that he's ever done, and again, way different than Iron Scavenger. Iron Scavenger, I felt should have had way more articulation in the wings, but it didn't. But it's still cool aesthetically.
So you have it?
Yeah, I do have Iron Scavenger. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like
yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I feel like he shouldn't. He shouldn't have jumped the gun, but I don't think it was him telling him to jump the gun and announce this. It could have been the licensor. It could have been Warner Brothers saying, "Go announce this now, please, because we don't want to get out. We want to get ahead of this." Because he did mention Eternal in the video, in the live stream.
Okay.
So it was partially Eternals, and then Mars Toys, who had just put their renders up right after Eternal was like, "We got ours done." So again, I'm hoping this figure turns out well, but it's still skeptical. It's more no different than waiting for Inart's Joker. It's the first one. It's the first real figure that he's going to do. So it's just one of those guessing games, unfortunately, till we get it in hand. Even a prototype could not sell it,
Yeah, this one's going to be tricky. You're starting out with a really hard figure. I feel that if he messes this up, it's going to be hard to rebound from it, but that's me. So anyway, we're finished round 1. Before we move on to round 2, first, let's say hi to the people in the chat. Real quick, we have Star Wars Addict 77. Hello there. Channel member Commander Green. How's it going? Pedro Lopez. Pedro, if you want to continue doing the Stat Boy stuff, please, by all means. I love it. Big Dog Pound 1. Woo! Welcome. And Preston Hoskins. What is going on? Welcome, sir. And Winman 42. How's it going? Hopefully we'll get more stragglers come in from can't forget channel member Gergamus. Stragglers come in from yet another John from Inart Q&A. We just had one a couple of weeks ago, but hey, he's making rounds to the channels. And I guess people want to ask the same questions. I'm not bitter or anything. Anyway, let's go to the scores real quick. Where did I have the score? Oh, okay. So here we are. Brother Cousins, who will be here later, is in last place. S-Beam with 13, 1-6 Syndicate with 12, and newcomer 6-scale Shiro Helen with 15. All right, now it's time for buy or sell. There we go. All right, so Hot Toys has unleashed its new Black Panther figure from Wakanda Forever. And personally, it's a stunner. It's like a little Shuri, like miniaturized Shuri. Like, to me, that's what it looks like. Buy or sell Hot Toys' Shuri Black Panther figure. Henry.
Yes, that is a definite must if you're getting this franchise. There's I would say the body's off a tad bit. It seems just a bit thicker than it needs to be around the shoulders and the waist. But other than that, it's a perfect figure. Just minor little things. And the head sculpt is, again, Hot Toys keeps doing better and better and better. That head sculpt's one of the nicest ones I've seen. Some of the pictures that you see, they look like real life pictures. They look like real people. It looks like a real person that you're looking at. So, yeah, it is a stunning figure. So if you have this, you definitely should buy this.
What do you think, S-Beam?
Oh, no brainer. It's 100% buy. This is a fantastic figure. I think it looks amazing. Once I saw her on that preview thumbnail or whatever that Hot Toys shared, once she was there, I was like, okay, I don't have her on pre-order, so I gotta go secure because she's coming. And I did. I secured her on Big Bad Toy Store. So
congratulations. Yeah, it looks really good. Helen, what about you? What do you think? Did you order one?
I haven't ordered one, and it was funny because I had this as a maybe, and then when I saw blogger photos, which I normally ignore because they're normally not the best, when I saw this, I knew I had to have it. I really like the Shuri character, and Hot Toys just does a really great job with this actress's likeness. Like, I've got the original figure that looks spot on. This one looks amazing as well. And when I saw the photo, which was her with Killmonger and T'Challa, I was like, okay, I think I need to do some backwards collecting here because I think the three of them look phenomenal. The portraits all look great. And I think I love this look for her, which has a bit of a combination of the Killmonger look and the T'Challa look as well. I think it's amazing. I think it's a figure that I know the panel is all saying buy. I think this is one that a lot of people are going to sleep on just because there's nothing else being made from the franchise for this movie. And I also think that, sorry if this is a spoiler, but it's been out for ages. I just think that scene towards the end with Nakia has kind of made her positioned like as a temporary Black Panther, which annoys me. I feel like it undermines a bit of the character and her story in that movie, but I think it looks awesome. I'm definitely, I've moved from a maybe to picking this up because I know I'll regret it if I don't have it.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with like the lukewarm kind of reception with the movie, but that movie had a lot going against it with the fact that Chadwick died and they had to toss the script. I think the figure is stunning. Like I said, in some of these pictures, it looks like let me see if I can get to one. It looks like a miniaturized, I mean, look at that. Like a miniaturized Letitia Wright. Yeah. So yeah. Next. Kit Fisto rose from the coming soon graveyard this week, and I thought you guys thought I was probably going to say Fistoed again, but I didn't. But I just did. So I just ruined my Fistoed joke. I've been Fistoing it all week. The figure looks phenomenal and extremely detailed. Buy or sell Kit Fisto and the possibility of getting more Jedi. I forgot who I was on. I'm just gonna go with wait. Should I go with Miss Allison? We'll go with Miss Allison.
Miss Allison is saying buy all the Star Wars Davy Jones. Buy them all.
Oh, Miss Allison. Oh.
Every single one. Get your fusion reactors. Get everything you need. Do it now.
Get your fusion reactors. But it does look cool, right? I mean, look at it. It looks cool.
Well, I don't really know what it is, so sure.
Oh no. That's you. Don't give me that sass. You're that Star Wars blah. No. You don't have to know Star Wars, but at least yay. No. Anyway.
Well, all I know is people
Henry.
think he has very big hands.
He does. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of weird. But you know what? I don't pay attention really. Like I don't have the figure, the character memorized from the movie. So if those are right, then awesome. If those are wrong, those are just they are weird ass. They look like oven mitts. So yeah, those are some big ass oven mitts. Henry, what are your thoughts about Kit Fisto, and do you think we're gonna get more Jedi?
Yes, and this figure is actually really, really well done. The body is actually pretty accurate. The character does have these broad shoulders. They're like up to here. They look like he's wearing football pads. But yeah, that is actually pretty accurate. And I know a lot of people were waiting for this figure because it was on the coming soon for God knows how long. And I know a lot of Star Wars fans are very happy about this. So yeah, this is a good release. Looks great.
And S Beam, give me your thoughts. I know you're a Star Wars guy. What are we doing here? Are we gonna get more Jedi? Who do you think? What's going on?
Well, Yeah, just definitely buy. This guy's been on that shelf for a long time. I believe even one picture had him standing next to Qui-Gon. That's how old it is.
Yes,
So
that is true.
yeah, this guy's a buy. I hope they do make more Jedi. We could use an Aayla Secura, a freaking Plo Koon, Coyote Mundi.
Oh yeah.
I know there's people out there who
them.
want that whole Jedi Council too. So
I want the seats also. Just so you know,
seats.
I want the seats. Yeah, you got to have the seats so they can sit down. Why do you need to pose them like power pose Jedi? You know, they power pose and sit in the seat. That's
because then also if you're clone,
who needs them wielding lightsabers?
If you're a clone collector, you could also reenact Order 66 if you wanted to. So that'd be pretty cool. But
yeah, we do need more so we can pretend to kill them. That would be awesome. I agree.
But
like those are the big scenes. Those are you know, the big scenes for the Revenge of the Sith, which is what this is being listed under, which is the better look of him. So yeah.
And they gave him the Clone Wars armor, which, you know, in Clone Wars you see him a little bit more too. So I mean,
yeah, and it goes great with the waitlisted Mace Windu. So if you missed out on that badass motherfucker, well, you could probably get it. I mean,
there are ways.
If you, there are ways, and Australia is a great way to go. Because Pop Culture, I've bought through them several times, and they're always great. So. But yeah, you guys, that was, and I'm happy Miss Allison participated. That was I'm kind of happy that happened this week. So yeah. Vincent Price is a legend and a horror icon. He is known for movies like The House on Haunted Hill, The Pit and the Pendulum, Edward Scissorhands, and The 10 Commandments. He also was the narrator in Michael Jackson's Thriller. NECA has announced an ultimate 7-inch Vincent Price action figure. Now, I know this is not 1/6 scale, but I know some of us, you know, collect other things. Buy or sell NECA's Vincent Price figure. Henry. Do you know Vincent Price?
Yes,
do you know Vincent Price?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Is it
All right, you get a
Michael
point for that.
I do, but is it something I will pick up? No, but I can see fans picking this up. Yeah, but it's definitely not for me. But it does look like him. And 4/112 scale is done pretty well. So yeah, if you're a fan, definitely get this. But it's not something
I will say that Infinite Studios, which also owns Caustic Plastic. So Infinite's the statues, Caustic Plastic the 1/6 scale. Now Infinite Studios did do a 1/6 scale Vincent Price, and I'm wondering if we'll get the 1/6 scale Vincent Price through their other, like the actual figure through their other you know, Caustic Plastic. S-Beam, what are your thoughts on Vincent Price? And even if you don't plan on buying, what do you think about the sculpt? I mean, for a 7-inch figure, I'm yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, sell for me just because I don't collect 112 too often. I really gotta love it in order for me to get it. But NECA does a fantastic job on a lot of stuff they do. Their Ninja Turtles, I have the 7-inch 90s Ninja Turtles, and those guys are fantastic. Articulation is great. They look fantastic. This Vincent Price, they got 3 different sculpts. Younger, middle-aged, and then older. So fans of this are gonna love this. I'm pretty sure I know one of my fellow panelists on Collector's Figure is getting this. I'm pretty sure Mike's gonna get this, but
I was about to say that I can see Mike getting it.
Yeah, but yeah, NECA did a good job on this. I applaud their their creativity.
What do you think, Helen? Do you? I
For
mean,
me, it's a sell. I'm not really a horror genre girl. Sorry.
That's okay. But about the figure itself, like, what do you? The look of it. Did they do a good job? Does it? Why is I mean, look at that sexy look right there.
That's amazing. It's a very
I
vibrant
will
white.
say. I will say, for the 7-inch figure. And NECA, sometimes the head sculpts are hit and miss because I wanted the Golden Girls. Rose was the best one. Blanche, it was okay. Dorothy was okay, and then Sophia. But this is, I think this is spectacular. I'm gonna give myself a point. You know what? 2 points for me.
Another one just for mentioning Golden Girls.
Yay.
What? Oh yeah. That's 3 points for mentioning Golden Girls. I am currently in the lead with 8,000 points. You guys are just why? All right, hold on. We got one more. We got a guest here, another panelist. He's got a lot to make up, but he had a perfect reason for being late, because sometimes you got to take care of family, and that's important. But it's Jay, brother, cousins.
Hey.
Welcome to the stream. We are talking about this NECA Vincent Price figure.
Oh,
buy or
nice.
sell. NECA's Vincent Price.
Vincent Price. Love the Vincent Price. Yes. Nah, he's awesome. And I mean, shout out to NECA for even doing that figure. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that they take on these projects that other companies are scared to take on. And it's like a lot of Vincent Price has just had he had a long career, and I love Vincent Price, especially in one of my favorite movies, and that is the 10 Commandments. I love it. Every year I watch 10 Commandments, and I always go, "What's a gal?" I always hit that line. love him, and loved him in that. And then in his latter career, he was known as the spooky guy, and that's where I know him from. The spooky guy that talks at the end of Thriller. He really made that. And like I said, going back to NECA, the fact that they take on these projects of Vincent Price, or they give him or even and somebody has put in the chat Elvira. I saw the Elvira figures, and they look amazing.
Yeah,
they really look amazing. And I told myself that I wasn't going to be getting any more NECA figures. Only NECA figures I would be getting would be the Turtles, would be the movie, anything from the Turtle movies. From the movies, not the cartoons. The cartoon I just can't keep up with.
Yeah.
But it's so good to see them take on, like I said, to take on these properties, and they're undeniable, because you'll be in a Best Buy, or you'll be at Target, and then you'll see something like, damn, this looks dope, and I just need to have it, and you just go into it. And even I find myself collecting the Puppet Master figures. So there we go. It's like you can't escape.
Yeah, you like horror.
I do. So yeah, I would like for them to make some life-size Puppet Master dolls. I mean, they did the life-size Chucky's, so that would be
Nope. Sorry. We don't want them murdering me in my sleep. So
well, I look at it like this: they protect my collection. So
do they though, or are they gonna just come to life and just stab you?
Probably.
I don't know.
Probably
Maybe
Chucky.
they will.
I think Chucky is gonna get tired of my shit one day and just gonna. Well, he did. He actually did strangle me on a stream I think that was about a year ago. I survived that attack, bastard. But yeah. But no, I like this. I think this looks good. This looks awesome.
Yeah. So personally, I'm a huge Vincent Price fan. Yes, the 10 Commandments, amazing. My wife likes to watch that every year during Easter, the 10 Commandments. So that's what we do. And yeah, he's such an asshole in that. It's so It's so good. So yeah, and next we're gonna talk about. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Why are you so small? All right, here we go.
This is strange. I just
Marvel's
this figure. I was just looking at it.
Yeah,
On my
well,
phone.
Marvel Studios has announced a new TV show centered around Vision. We already knew it, that they talked about Vision Quest, and then they said, we're not going to do Vision Quest. And then they said, yes, we're going to do it, which will be the sequel, well, kind of a sequel to WandaVision. Now, they've brought in showrunner, they brought in as showrunner the amazing Terry Matalas, whose credits include 12 Monkeys, the series, and Picard season 3, which was excellent.
Yep.
Buy or sell, Vision Quest will be successful. Jay.
Absolutely. And the reason why, because it's a sequel to WandaVision. And I think a lot of people, when they left, when WandaVision, the way it went off, people wanted to know, where is this version of Vision? And we haven't seen anything about it. So this is kind of like a spiritual successor to WandaVision. So I think the intrigue is there and done just right. If they follow, I mean, we know how Marvel Studios is. They follow the comics, but very loosely. So to see where they go with that, it'll be interesting. I think it's enough intrigue for people to come and watch. I think this is I see why they greenlit it. Because I think it's something that people would really want to watch. With the success of WandaVision and the success of, I know some people didn't, so they were a little mixed with Multiverse of Madness, but I think a lot of people would put more in Multiverse of Madness. We thought we were going to get more than what we got, but in hindsight, I think a lot of people still like that movie. So yeah, like I said, this being connected to those two properties, I think it'll trump up enough intrigue. And who knows, maybe we'll get Wanda Maximoff back. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? What do you think, S-Beam? Is this going to be a success for Marvel, where we've only had, personally, WandaVision, Loki, and then it's like the rest. Can they make a good TV show?
WandaVision was a very good TV show. I enjoyed it very much. And as far as the announcement for this, it's about damn time.
Mm-hmm.
And they couldn't have picked a better person to study source material and get it right when he does it.
Yes.
Terry Matalas did a great job with Picard season 3.
Yes.
I enjoyed that. That's like the only season you need to watch.
That's right.
Yes, you're right.
But yes, I hope they have a good team. The rest of the team with what they do with Vision. So definitely buy.
So Helen, did you like WandaVision? I'm gonna say you did because you love Wanda, right? Like it was a good. It's very well written. Very well.
I loved it. I thought it was very clever. The big reveal moment, like you thought the show was one thing and then it was something else. I loved WandaVision. I'm gonna buck the trend, and I'm probably gonna end up with negative points by the end of the show. But I'm gonna have sell just because I don't know if Vision, what we've seen so far of him in the MCU, if that's a compelling enough character to lead a series. I think that's probably the question that I have. I'm also basing this on the fact that I feel like his figure's always in the bargain bin. So to me, that kind of shows, is it a really popular character? I don't know that it is. And I think it's going to be dependent on, well, who else is in this. I'm not really sure what Elizabeth Olsen's status is with the MCU. I love her as Scarlet Witch, so I hope we're going to see more of her. But if this is like the adventures of White Vision, I don't really know if that's for me. And I guess that's the thing of, and again, what we don't know is this going to fit in somewhere else with the MCU? Is it going to be a standalone property? But I just think that TV shows overall, as you've said, Costa, don't have an amazing track record. You've got some highs and a lot of mid and some not so great. But as I said, I think it depends on how they frame this character. But just based on what I've seen of Vision, that doesn't get me excited of, oh my God, it's a Vision TV show, I've got to watch it. Like that. That's not a thing that gets me going.
Yeah, I totally can see your points on that. And like, what else? Who else is going to be in it? What else is going to be in it? Henry, can this be a successful show?
I think it will be. I think the WandaVision was actually the best rated Marvel show, if I can remember, and I think it was the best one out of all of them that I saw. Actually, we were left with a cliffhanger, so it'll be great to kind of pick up from where everything left off. And not only that, I think it was the right move to go with a TV show versus a movie when it comes to Vision. I don't think Vision has that kind of pull, that you can bring a lot of people to come see it.
That was the wrong.
Yeah, so I think that was the right move by Marvel right there.
Yeah, I agree with you. And here's one thing before we move on. They're actually, I believe, making a pilot for the show. Before, they didn't make any pilots for any of their other shows. It was just, let's make it a movie, write it like a movie, and cut it up into pieces. So Iger has come back in and has decided, let's actually treat this like a TV show and not a movie that we're going to break up into a TV show, which I do think that really has had it suffer because, you have to pick spots where to break it up into and have as cliffhangers, and the cliffhangers aren't really good cliffhangers. Anyway, all great points. And Helen, you don't get negatives just for having, if you have a good point, it's just because I like something and then you go to the contrary. It's about having a good, valid point. And you did. You had very good points on why Vision and the show. And I didn't even think about those points because you're right. Like this Vision, like, does anybody have any feeling or connection to him? So it's going to be interesting to see what they come up with.
It really depends on who, like Helen was saying, like who's going to be in it, how they frame it, like who else is going to be in this show, and how that story is. It's going to the writing can't be loosey goosey, and I think we can all admit that. Outside of WandaVision, maybe the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and a couple other, and Loki, I think those are the top three, honestly. Which I believe those were like the flagship shows for the Disney Plus. They would have to. The writing has to be bomb. It has to be rock solid. Definitely for it to be a successful. And I think that's good that they're actually doing it as a pilot first, treating it like a real TV show, and see if it picks up and has legs. So all good points.
Totally agree with all that. So here we are at the end of 2 rounds. Brother Cousins with 11, S-Beam 32, 1/6 Syndicate 29, and 6 Scale Shiro with 31. And let's see, do we I think Clinton Martin's new. Welcome Clinton. Pedro, Cat in the House. Jazz Inc. is a collector first, so he is likely to get it right. Maybe, hopefully. And I think we didn't say hi to MB Dyson. All right. So we're on to the showdown, everybody. And now we're going to get into a little deeper topics. The first one, let me pull this up and see if I can make this bigger because we're going to talk about assholes.
I love it. My favorite topic.
Hold on. With the new release of the Shuri Black Panther, toxic collectors came out in droves to voice their opinion, mainly on the looks of the head sculpt. This is not a new thing in toy collecting, and it's not a new thing in life because social media gives a voice to everyone, which, it you get some assholes. And it's pretty sad that there are those people out there that can't live by the mantra of, if you can't say anything good about it, then don't say anything at all. So, how do we deal with toxic collectors? And if you look at this slide here, this slide, we have, and it's not, it's not your typical, I will say it's not your typical like racial this or that, because it's a gamut of people that I've blurred out here. Yeah. You have Letitia Wrong, and this was the shot of Shuri, the first shot of Shuri with the head sculpt. So like there's Letitia Wrong, and then they have these kids down here, and then we get to page 2. Wait, is it not going to move to page 2? Come on, page 2. Hold on, let's see. It doesn't want to move. I'm gonna have to open up the thing real quick because it's important. Anyway, Henry, how are we supposed to deal with these toxic people? And we need you to solve the problem tonight.
Just ignore them. I mean, just ignore them. I mean, people like that, you're not gonna, how can I say, you're not gonna please no matter what. So why even give them the airtime, or even, if they're posting things like this and we're reacting, that's what they want. So that's why when I saw those things come up, I didn't even go through them, because that's what they want, is a reaction. And then a reaction gets clicks, gets attention. That's what they try to do. So yeah.
That's and if you're like me, you can't let that go, because for some reason I'm damaged. S-Beam, how should we deal with toxic collectors?
What I usually do is what Henry said, but if you want to get technical, fuck them.
I love it.
They clearly don't know what to talk about. They just want the attention, especially when it comes to this particular character that this thread was on. The head sculpt is awesome. They've been nailing a lot of head sculpts lately. They've been doing a really good job. But yeah, you just ignore them. Don't give them what they want. They want you to talk about them. They want you to look at me. So no.
Yeah, you're like 100% right. It's ignore them. And Helen, I know you were talking about earlier before the stream that you had somebody like be an asshole or a dick to you.
Wow.
Is there any way, is there anything out there that will stop these people, or what do you think? What is your mode of telling them to go fuck off? What do you think?
S-Beam sounded very Australian. Fuck 'em. That's what an Aussie would say. So you'd fit right in down here, mate.
Yeah.
Look,
S-Beam.
For me, I think you have to choose what you're going to give your energy to. And I think for me, I don't want to give people my energy. And I think, I can say this as someone who's not into Star Wars. You realize that not everything is for you.
Wait. Is it? I guess Thomas Jones, don't watch me. Go fuck yourself. I don't know what you want me to say. Thomas Jones. Yeah, you're a weirdo for even bringing this topic up. A reminder why I don't watch you. Then why the fuck are you here?
Thank you for the view count.
Why?
That's a valid point. Why?
Yeah, thank you for the view count. If that's what you're saying, unless you're being, am I reading this wrong? I'm not reading this wrong.
I'm reading it. I don't think you're reading it wrong.
No, I don't think you're.
Am I reading it wrong?
It's exactly it's what it says.
Then don't build your display cases using my videos.
Right. Which he probably did. I mean, I'm like, maybe he's offended. Maybe he's one of these assholes.
That was probably him.
Hey, that was my comment up there.
I know, right?
No, there was no comment. So Pedro's like, is block and report an option? You can, right? Thomas, who hurt you? Press X to continue. Thank you. And welcome. Like seriously, Thomas. This is a weekly topic panel show. Why the hell wouldn't we bring it up? Like seriously. Anyway, continue, Helen. I am sorry for that.
I think it's a topic that is unfortunately really recurring in this community. And as I was saying before, I know for me, not everything is for me, and that's okay. And I think not everything is for these people as well. And I don't think that gives you an invitation to dump on something. Like, I hate nothing more than when people are really excited about a figure and you get these heroes that come in the comments and absolutely dump on them. Like, let people have their joy. And I think for me, you talked about how do you deal with this element of the community. And for me, I think you've got to find your own tribe. Like, I have my own, that's why I started my Instagram account, because I love Instagram because I can follow you and you don't have to follow me. So I've really curated my feed.
Definitely.
They're people that are positive, that contribute things that I enjoy. And then I just have my smaller subsection of people that I discuss certain characters with, because I can't be posting my excitement about Captain Marvel in a group. I'm just going to get hammered pillar to post, right? But I know I've got people that I can chat with directly and have a really great conversation about the latest movie, the new look. Will we get a figure? Could we kit bash something? So I think for me, the larger groups, I don't really engage with the huge deal. I guess I kind of scan them now and then for news and updates. But I think the smaller connections and the communities that you can create through Instagram or YouTube or whatever, I think they're the more meaningful and enjoyable element of this community. And that's what I'd encourage people to do, is kind of find your own subset of people that you can just have positive dialogue with, because this is a hobby I love. Being a female collector, my friends aren't into this stuff. So it's not like I can chat to my mates about collecting. So that's what I look for online. And I want that to be a positive experience because, collecting is positive to me.
Yes. You are 100% right. And it's just amazing how this topic gets brought up and then someone rears their ugly head. Jay, I know you've dealt with this stuff.
I mean,
what do you do other than tell him to go? Because I followed S Beam and Helen's advice and told this guy to go fuck off, and Henry's advice. And so all three of them were like, just tell the person to go fuck off.
Honestly, that's the way. That's the easiest way, and I think Helen is 100% right. Watch who you give your energy to, because there's a lot of energy and there's a lot of time vampires in this community that just want to go, hey, look at me. I want to say something and get my name out there. And it's a lot of that. It's a lot of trolling. And unfortunately, we live in a generation where people want to, it's not just people can be famous for being infamous. And that's just what it is. You got people that just want the clout. They clout chase. And that's what this shit is all about.
Yeah.
And part of that, I look at it and I'm like, okay, they're just clout chasing. They're probably not even racist. They're just they're just being an asshole just so they can get a rise out of me and have me come out of my character, or have us come out of our character. Because at the end of the day, like it or not, everybody that's on this panel, everybody that's in front of these cameras, we are public figures. We become public figures. That's just what it is. It's funny that we don't, a lot of us don't have media training or anything like that. We become public figures. We become a part of their lives. And it's cool to be like, oh, let me see if I can make Jay crack, or I'll put this, or can I, and that sucks. But what really sucks is you got people that are, and some of them, and some may have streamed with at some point, and they will say negative comment, and they'll say certain comments about figures, and you're like, dude, like you're being racially. It's like, are you
Where'd that come from?
are you being racist? Are you being racially insensitive, or are you being culturally clueless? And and then because it falls in one of those pots, and then that's when it gets weird. The assholes that say little comments or a figure gets posted and they put up laughing emojis, fuck them. They're just trying to get attention. That's all they're trying to do. But when it's people that you stream with or you have kind of known or have been in a group where you're like, yo, what the you're like what the fuck is wrong with you? And that's what gets a little upsetting. That part of it. Now, fortunately, I haven't streamed with people that were like that often, maybe one or two in my I think about 4 years of doing this. Most people, especially in this community, because we are a niche within a niche within a niche, we're really small. We're a real small pocket in the YouTube world. And I would say for the most part, a lot of things have been positive. A lot of things have been positive. Everybody that I've met on this panel has been a positive person and just, just been a joy to work with and stream beside and hope to meet in person one day. But then you have those people
buttering me up with these points. You buttering me up now?
I'm trying. I'm trying to get those points up, man. But no, seriously, it's just a thing where we have to, as a community, we have to look out for each other and look out for those that are trying to pry us apart with bigotry or being an asshole. It sucks because it's hard. I mean, I don't like anybody talking about like women, period, when it comes to these figures. That's just one. I just don't like that. I think it's a real bitchy, ugly thing to do, one. And then women of color, that's a whole nother thing of it. You comparing this woman with cornrows to a little boy and all that other type of stuff. And it's like, bro, that's not cool. It's racist. Any way you look at it, it's racist. And it's meant to be hurtful. But going back to what Helen said, we can't be also super reactive to it, because once we be reactive and we give that energy to it, they fucking won. And that's the thing that pisses me off. So the best thing to do is to bypass it and be like, look, I'm not going to let these demons steal my joy. If I like the figure, and yes, she's coming in, she's the next review, she's already en route here. She'll probably be here tomorrow. And I can't wait, and nobody's going to take that joy from me at all. So, and that's just, you have to stand on your square. You got to know what you love and be in love with it. You can't let other people dictate, oh, do you like it? Or does it look like, well, I don't know. No. If you love it, if you like it, you love it. And that's just what it is. And just push those haters out. Don't even pay them any attention, because that's what they dare to do. They're doing that because they have something wrong with them. That's just what it is. They got something wrong with them, and they want to bash somebody else to make you feel bad. And don't let them win. That's how I feel about it. Don't let them win. And but to go back to that comment that, I don't want to beat up on the guy Thomas, but to go back to that topic, I'm glad you brought up that topic, because a lot of people would be scared and too bitchified, I'm sorry, to even tackle this topic. So shout out to you. For real, Costa.
I just needed something to talk about tonight. God damn. Like, come on.
A lot of people don't want to talk about it. And they're scared to talk. Well, I won't talk about that. No, it's a real damn thing.
It happens every day. Damn day.
Every day. And I've seen some groups. I'm a part of some groups where I've seen some weird stuff. And I'm like, they don't think I'm in this group. They don't think I'm paying attention. But I see you. I just don't talk about it, because once again, I'm not going to give my energy or my joy over to somebody that really doesn't even matter. They're just, Anyway, sorry to go off on a rant.
Before we move on to the next topic, I'm going to say hi to Wheels 305. What is going on, Wheels? And why does don't yuck someone's yum? Also, like, why don't say anything if you don't have anything constructive to say? Nobody's saying don't say anything. You can't say things, but don't be an asshole.
And I've seen some people that were like, look, it was like, I think it's a good looking figure, but there's some inaccuracies I wish they fixed. That's a real, that's a real constructive.
And we're going to get, that's the next topic. Oh. And this is the last topic, because we are about to hit the 1 hour mark, and I try to keep this as a 1 hour show, but here we go. With every new Hot Toys release or announcement, there are bound to be those who criticize the figure. Some of this criticism is valid. I'm looking at you, grinning Paul Rudd sculpt, you bastard. Some of this criticism is constructive, and some of this criticism is just plain whining. It's ridiculous. It's nitpicky, you know? With so many people being able to voice their opinions using social media, do you think Hot Toys gives a shit about what you think? Helen, let's start with you.
I'm under no delusion that Howard Chan cares what I think. I think Hot Toys as a company, and this is where I kind of give them some credit. They're producing so many figures. They can't sit there and listen to everybody's feedback and comments that other manufacturers are, because at the end of the day, that's going to delay the mechanism of them getting figures out. I do think, though, that there probably is a small subsection of either stakeholders or local collectors in the Hong Kong community that they do listen to, because we have seen the about face with the Iron Man Mark 85 head sculpt. So they're obviously listening to some people, and I think their willingness to listen is probably dependent on the value of the character and the amount of units that they're making. Because if they're making a small batch figure, they're not making a lot of units, they're not going to sit there going, oh, we've got to mod this, rolling eyeballs. Like, I look at the CW Flash, right? Like, was that a perfect figure? No. Were they ever going to fix that? No, because the franchise is over. That's not a figure that's highly desirable. But figures that are, I think they are prepared to listen to. But as I say, I kind of respect the fact that they've just gone about their business, because, you know, they are, I think they care that we see them as the king. I think they want that. I think they want to be seen as the premier producer. They've got the volume, they've got the licenses, they've got a good quality. But do they care that I'm waiting for Artisan Captain Marvel? No, Howard doesn't care. He's not losing sleep about that, and I don't blame him. Why should he? I'm nothing to him. That's fine. I can live with that.
Very good point. Yeah, Artisan Captain Marvel. Where is he, Howard? Where? Jeez. Henry, what do we do you think Hot Toys gives a shit?
I think they're starting to a little bit. And the reason being is because because other companies are asking us the community questions. They're asking before making the figures. We have Jazz Inc. that's doing that. We have Mars Toys that's doing it. So we have a lot of third-party companies that's actually listening to us and actually doing revisions. Third-party companies have done that. They've gone back to the drawing board. They've redone the figure just because of what the community has said. And I've realized that Hot Toys is slowly starting to do that. We can start with that Batman figure. They changed it a couple of times, try to get it right because of complaints people had from the prototype. So I think they are starting to listen, just because the amount of companies that are just doing some banging figures out there, and they're starting to care.
Yeah, I mean, S-Beam, is it really feasible for them though to listen to us? Like like Helen was talking about the volume. Are they doing these little bits here and there just to make it look like, you know, that they're being kind of like InArt? Because if you look at InArt and Jazz Inc., having all these cooks in the kitchen has been kind of like Jazz Inc.'s been all over the place with the animated Batmobile, so many different things people are requesting. Do you think you know, Hot Toys is going in this direction where they're you know, listening, or do you still think that Howard's like, no, I don't give a shit, this is what I'm doing?
They're doing what they're doing. Otherwise Mace would have had rolling eyes.
Yeah.
The only thing they've really changed, what did they change? They changed something with the new Batman armory. Was it? They updated that Batman armory.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then freaking what was it before that? Tony Stank.
Were people?
That was about it.
Yeah, Tony Stank. Yeah, Tony Stank's a big one.
I can almost guarantee you there was a collector over there that was like, that had it in hand. I was like, Howard, this sucks. And then like, all right, well, let's change it. So, yeah, they don't. They've got way too much on their plate to be listening to everything. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
they've got figures to get out. They got so much, and I think Mace was a little rushed, but I gotta wait till he's in hand to give my final opinion on that figure. So.
Yeah, definitely. Jay, do you by chance have Howard Chan's email? Did he give it out to you or any of the other streamers? Because I know everybody's got John from InArts because he was doing another stream earlier. He's he's just like, yeah, let's just go out and do every stream. What are your thoughts? Hot Toys versus InArt. Do you think what InArt's doing is even possible for Hot Toys?
First of all, I do have Howard's email. Absolutely. I call him Howie. You know, we and Howie go way back. Go back to 20.
You son of a bitch.
No,
you got it, and you didn't give it to me.
No, I can't.
Sorry, sir.
No, you got to be on the list.
Give it to me.
You got to be on the list.
Deductions.
Got to be on the list. Got to be on the list to get that. But nah, man. But this, I think they care. I think it's yes and no at the same time. And I think a couple of things. They are aware of the third party and like Mars and listening to their fans, with Jazz Inc. listening to their fans, and John from InArt. That was the first thing they did. They took it to the streets. They went, listening to the people. What do y'all want? We'll take it in consideration. And even with InArt, they listen to us. They take it into consideration, but they still go do what they want to do. Yeah. And Hot Toys is the same way. And Hot Toys, the thing with Hot Toys is the lack of communication works for them. And one thing that we all have to learn is that Howard works on his own time. I believe they listen, they look, they see what people complain about, and they do things on their own time. Like, they want artisans. They want figures that have rooted hair and look really good. Okay, we'll give them that, but we're going to give them exclusivity and put it behind a paywall because those things are kind of hard to do for us because we are a company that produces over 100 figures a year. So when you think about that, they produce over 100 figures a year. The other companies, what is it? Maybe 5 at the 3 at the most. So you got to take all that in consideration with the work that the product, the volume that they deal with, and with the products that they put out. Even though some of those products, I agree with S-Beam, when some of those products do look rushed. Some of the Marvel characters were kind of rushed. You're like, I could have done better than that. Mace, I don't know. I don't have Mace in hand. I've seen great pictures of Mace where he looks just like Samuel Jackson. I've seen ugly pictures where I'm like, I don't know. So once I get that in hand, I could really make a but honestly, looking at the reviews that I've looked at, I think he looks fine. But could he be like Tom Holland? Why he couldn't be like Tom? They nailed it. But then they had to take like how many times they did a Tom Holland to really nail and hone down that likeness.
Billion.
So, you know what I'm saying? You got to take all that in consideration when dealing with them. But honestly, to say that they don't care is a little extreme. I don't think it's that they don't care. I think they take it in consideration, but then they're like, okay, we have to prioritize this and this and this and that because we have so much volume coming out. So I think that's the thing because we got to think about it. We're talking about top level quality, 100 figures, over 100 figures a year. And some of them figures,
it's a lot.
It's a lot. And like some of the figures, like Helen was saying about, and I had that CW Flash, wasn't the greatest figure with some inaccuracies, inaccurate things on it, but it was still a good looking figure. I mean, find me a better CW Flash. Seriously. I mean, whatchamacallit? I mean, I know Social Toys has a couple coming out this year, but that's after the fact. You know what I'm saying? So, and then once again, look how many figures they put out a year versus Hot Toys. So we just have to be patient. sad to say, we have to be patient, and we have to also comes down to vote of our wallets. If you're not happy with it, pull the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes, and if you pull out enough on getting these figures, they'll get the message because they saw it. Look at it now. We've gotten more 10 head sculpts over the last 2 years than we've gotten in the history of Hot Toys, and I'm honestly, that's because of NR.
I have to agree with that.
That's because of NR and fucking Mars. Mars is coming with it. Oh my god, Cesar Romero, the penguin that they just showed. Oh
dude,
my god,
that penguin that they just showed is freaking
Burgess Meredith, yes.
Unbelievable. If it turns out like that, and if it turns out like the Cesar Romero Joker, because that was chef's kiss.
Yes,
probably my figure of the year last year.
Yep.
I love that thing. But yeah, I think competition does breed innovation, but we're also talking about companies that are locked into having specific licenses that other companies can't have. And is it true innovation, or is it just like, okay, NR did this and we'll do something over here? We don't have to do it exactly like them because they don't have the same licenses we have. Because I'll tell you, if you had multiple companies have a 1/6 scale toy license for Star Wars, you're talking about like a Royal Rumble happening. So
yeah.
That'll never happen as long as the way the toy licenses are, doled out, and Hasbro having the actual master toy license for all action figures and stuff in all scales. And they're the ones that are actually giving it out to the other companies. But anyway, that brings us to the end of our show, where the final scores are, wow, Brother Cousins, I didn't realize that's pretty decent for being coming
late.
in later. S-Beam with 43.
Hey.
1/6. You're a talker, Jay. That's why you're a talker. 1/6 Syndicate with 40. And wow, 6 scale even deducted. I deducted points from you, and you won. Which, hold on, let me get my react here. Let's do this one. Congratulations! You win 30 seconds to talk about anything that you want. So it doesn't have to be figure related. It can be about something in life, or maybe a cause that you're that you have. So you can talk about anything you want. Next 30 seconds is yours. Go.
Okay, so what I want to talk about is content creators and supporting people that add value in the community, because I built this amazing display case and saved $1,000 thanks to Costa's videos. So I know there's a lot of people out there that have built amazing display cases or picked this man's brain for information, and I would love more of you to support content creators like Costa. Become a channel member, buy some merch. I feel really strongly about this. I'm sure Costa's getting embarrassed, but I feel like
I'm very embarrassed.
No, but there's people in this community creating content for their own gains. They want to get free figures. They want to be celebrity, whatever. And you've got other people that are genuinely creating value and helping the community. And I think these people that are helping us have better collections deserve our support, because what Costa's doing, it costs time, it costs money. He's giving this all away freely. He's not putting stuff behind a paywall. And I know for me, answered so many of my questions, was so helpful and supportive. So I would just say, support with your eyeballs, support with your wallet, because we need people like Costa to keep creating these amazing tutorials so we can have awesome things. Thank you. Good night. Or good morning for me.
Awesome. Wow.
Amazing.
I just feel so strongly totally about it, Costa. Sorry, but
awesome.
I do feel strongly about this topic.
Wow. Thank you. And
I think you made him cry.
Say that is shut up, because I'm a very emotional person. I'm a Cancer. Anyway.
And you're great.
I think Helen just gave a big fuck you to Thomas.
There you go.
So
Yep,
Thomas, you heard it here first. I want to say hello real quick before we go around the horn here. Thank you for coming out, Mahler 2745. Great show. Gets better every week.
Hey.
Thank you. That's what we're trying to do here. We're going to get 1% better every week. Add some things. Take some things that didn't work off. Pedro, you the man. Thank you so much. Cat in the house. So true, Cossette. Yeah, thank you for stopping by to my live stream builds, which have been a lot of fun. S-Beam. My man, what do you have coming up on your channel? And thank you so much for being a part of this again. It's a pleasure, my friend.
Yes, always a pleasure. Again, thank you for having me here. Appreciate it very much. Not a whole lot going on. Before I do anything else, make sure if you're watching or even on the replay, make sure you're subbed to all these fine people on the panel right here. They all got their own, except for 16. You got to go get him on Instagram. But the other three here, you're obviously watching on Costa's channel, so you better be subbed. Go sub to Brother Cousins. Go sub to 6 Scale Shiro. She's got her own channel too. So go do that. Go show them some love. Hit that like button for sure. Come catch me and my crew, Collector's Figure, tomorrow night. If you're bored, we're going to be talking some figures. So if you're bored tomorrow night, come check us out.
Nice.
And it is a fun time over there at Collector Figures. I hop in there a lot. Actually, one day I should come on and just chit chat live with you guys. You guys look like you're having so much fun. Yeah, definitely. I'm maybe Randall will join. You never know. It could get crazy. It could get crazy. Henry, my man, you have been making the rounds on.
I have.
On YouTube's. I am so happy. You have no idea. I am so happy to see you out there. Check out Henry's Instagram. But what do you got coming up, my friend?
I want to say thank you, Costa, for everything. Thank you for having me, and thank you for the cases that I have here. And also, I do agree with Helen. Support Costa what he does, like I do right here. Hey, yeah, guys, come on. Yeah, you gotta support Costa here.
Yeah,
doing this for nothing. So again,
well, yeah,
go ahead.
Henry's been really great too. I mean, Henry's been like, here's the thing about the community, it's a give and take, right?
Yeah,
you guys figure out something that didn't work for you, whatever, you let me know, and I try to work it in or do whatever. And Henry's been there, Helen's been there. Actually, S-Beam and Jay, all four of you guys. So yeah, but I'm sorry to interrupt you, Henry. Finish, my friend. Finish.
No, say that. Like Costa cases. There you go. No. I got them behind me also. So thanks for everything that you do, Costa. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you again for coming on. You're one-time champion, so hopefully maybe you'll get that back another week. Hopefully I can get Helen back on here another time. Maybe we move it to a Saturday. I don't know. We'll figure it out, because I want to try to get Helen back on here. Helen, what do you have going on your channel and everything? You've done some really your videos. So good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm still trying to work out what my channel is, to be honest. So I've got a couple of ideas that I'm working on, but on Collectors Unite on Big Bretta's channel, I think it's Friday morning in the US, so that's where I am regularly hanging out with Joanne and Christian. But just thank you for having me on, Costa. Like, I feel like I know you, because I literally, like, I'll watch your live builds on replay on like a Sunday morning. I'm like doing my meal prep and my laundry, and I'm spending my morning with Costa. So I feel like you're part of my weekly routine. So it was so cool that we could organize this. And yeah, I definitely would love to come on again in the future. That would be awesome. And it was lovely to meet new people as well. That was brilliant.
Yeah, I definitely gonna figure out a way to do the other show because I want to do like a collection kind of a tour thing. Because after the live build, I'm gonna go do some like interview people that have built cases. Henry will be on. I'll have S Beam. We'll have Brother Cousins. We'll do one-on-one type of thing, and I'll work out a time, and we'll do something where it works out. So, because I want to get, you know, we do not have many women who are collectors, which is a shame because this is so much fun. Like collecting toys. Wow, that's fun. That's so much fun. So yeah, we'll work something out. I want to get you back on both shows. So be prepared. Jay, my man.
Yes.
Jay is one of the early adopters of me and had me on his stream. He was my second person I streamed with, Dante being the first. And I thank you, my friend. What's going on your channel, and how many like 300 other streams are you going to be on for this week?
Oh my God. We'll see. Well, first of all, thank you for having me, and I'm so sorry for being late. I hate being late. Oh my God, I hate it. I have a screaming 2-year-old who was in the middle of the terrible twos.
Dude,
it is a real thing, and I heard the terrible twos it just doesn't stop. So yeah, I'm learning how to live with a 2-year-old.
The gruesome threes, man.
Oh, the gruesome threes. What is it? The terrible, the monstrous fours. It just keeps going.
Hey, I've done it 3 times. You'll be all right.
Oh my God. 3?
Yep, I've done it 3 times.
You have my respect. You have my respect.
I've got 4 of them.
Oh my God, all of y'all. Then I'm not going to say anything. Then I'm just going to shut up. Anyway, thank you for having me. Yes. Yeah. So I got paid crazy money for the new Tom Holland Spider-Man red and blue suit.
Tim Sent.
Yes. He was able to bring
those shirts made, my friend.
Oh yeah, he was able to bring the price down just a tad bit for me, just a tad, but still a lot of money, a lot of unnecessary money. But I have a channel, so yeah, the review for that is already out. It's doing good. Shuri will be in tomorrow or Tuesday, so I should have that review up pretty soon. Then me and my mom are going to be doing story time with Mama Cousins as she breaks down her perspective on the Beatles. I think we'll be doing that Monday.
Okay.
I would think we'll be doing that Monday. I'm not sure if we're going to do a live stream or are we going to just put it out as a video. We're still working that out, but it's coming this week. And if any news, I'll jump and do a show or record something, pre-recorded something, and best of the best this week. I know we didn't have one this week, so needed a break, but we'll be back to form this week. Thank you all for having me, and love all you guys here. You guys are awesome, definitely.
Thank you for coming out, Jay. And yeah, sometimes you do need a break. It's like this isn't a network TV. There's no hiatus. You got to make your own hiatus. And I want to thank this amazing panel for coming out tonight. I want to thank you guys in the chats for allowing me to do this and try to do something different. We're going to get better each week. And hopefully you guys will come back and we'll have a lot more fun in the future. So everyone, take care and have a good